everybody.
Hi.
We had some goofiness prior to
We always have some goofiness
starting.
prior to things.
Oh my. I'm so ragged right now. I'm like barely awake.
This lady just drove from Miami.
I did, and I'm exhausted. But I slept in a little bit, which was
Okay, so this is how it works. Amy never sleeps in. Okay, so our normal routine, like during the week. So I wake up at a little after 6 because high schools here start at 7:20 a.m. So I'm the alarm clock for our 16-year-old son. So I get up and I go wake him up 3 times. I'm the snooze button. And I go wake him up, and then usually he goes off to school, and then right around 7:15, Amy will come down with the 3 dogs.
Yep.
The cats usually roamed around and pooped somewhere. And then
too much information, but okay.
There's never enough information. By the way, we're at New Independence and Avalon is where we are right now.
Yep.
We are headed toward Encore Ovation to talk to you about some things. But anyway, so Amy comes downstairs, and then some days I'm trying to fix this. Usually I'm up like working till midnight or so. So I'm tired, so I go up and lay down for another hour, and then we kind of start our day at 8:30 or so. So Amy always gets up at 7-ish.
But that's because if I wake up, I can't go back to sleep. Whereas you say that your
it's the
best
sleep
is when you go back up, even if it's just for an hour.
7:30 to 8:30.
So that's kind of our normal-ish morning routine. But yes, so today.
Yes. So today, my daughter and my wife are in Miami for
Harry Styles.
The Harry Styles concert was last night.
But we have to say, and this is like true. Like, so we have 4 kids.
Yes.
2 of them were, everyone was affected by 2020. But I had a bride of 2020 that didn't get the wedding, and so now that's going to be actually in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Push that back. But my daughter was a senior in high school of 2020. So she was part of that school, of that class that
no prom
went on spring break and didn't come back to school. No spring break or no homecoming. Actually, there was no homecoming either, was there? No prom.
Nothing.
No graduation.
Graduation, yeah. It was
no
a virtual
walkout.
graduation.
None of the iconic moments that a senior getting ready to go to college would have. So anyway, but we bought her at the time, again, pre-COVID, we bought her the tickets to the Harry Styles concert, which was a very big deal, mostly because
she loves him.
Well, yes, but
she loves Steel better.
Okay, but years ago, I guess 7-8 years ago, when One Direction, yeah, that's our thing. When One Direction was in concert here in Orlando, or no, we went to Tampa.
Yeah. But we were in Virginia.
We were in Virginia. Our new home was being built here, and Elizabeth and I flew here, saw our house under construction for pre-drywall. Then we drove to Tampa to the One Direction concert, and so we got her the tickets to the Harry Styles concert for her high school graduation present. But then it got kind of canceled, and so
that's amazing though.
I know, but
now we're building a new house, and
I know the timing is crazy. Even like Facebook. Like flashback photos or whatever. But anyway, the main thing I wanted to say, and then we can continue with that, is that
we just drove past them, by the way. I'll put it on the video.
Oh my gosh.
Our son-in-law and 2 daughters just drove past us.
Oh, I didn't see them. But what was really sweet is that she kind of had that, that letdown that you have after you're like really excited about an event and then it's over and you're kind of like, oh. But she goes, I feel like I just had closure on 2020. And it made me want to cry.
You hadn't told me that, so I'm going to cry.
I know.
So all this story started, though, that they were in Miami. And so my daughter texted me this morning, and she says, do we have to check out at a certain time? Because Mom is still asleep, okay?
Did she text you that really?
Yes. No, you don't know the next part. So I say, no, you're good. You can check out whenever. And this was at 9:30.
Yeah.
So this is at 9:15.
Okay.
So at 9:30, I'm like, I literally texted my daughter, check Mom and make sure she's okay. Because like, there's no way she's asleep at 9:30. Needed to sleep.
Well,
no, it's totally good. But I had a little moment of panic. Like, she's never asleep this long. So let's check and make sure she's okay.
Like when I rolled over and like hit my phone to see what time it was, it said 9:33, and I was like, what?
Yep.
Well, part of it was, it's a concert, so the concert gets out late by the time we got to our car. But we got to our car, like literally we had the most perfect timing with everything. I don't even want to say anything and jinx it for anything else or anyone else. But we got to our car right before the Florida torrential downpour where it comes so fast you can't see in front of your face. Of course you're stuck in the traffic trying to get out of the venue, but you can't see if you're supposed to turn right or left or hazards flashing or cones because you just can't see. By the time we got back to the hotel, we're like, is it too late? Can we just like DoorDash something to eat? Because there's nothing, everything else is closed. So we did. We DoorDashed to McDonald's. Surprise.
That's a shock.
Shocking.
We don't have McDonald's with us today. Our sponsorship's gone.
I know.
We lost
I had it in my other car. Anyway, but yeah, so we DoorDashed McDonald's, but it like took an hour, and finally like 45 minutes into it, I like texted the dasher because he was out there the place waiting, and I was like, are you like extremely busy, or should I like cancel the order? I want to be respectful of your time. And I really did mean it, because at that point Elizabeth and I were like dozing. Anyway, so I'm just kind of explaining and validating why I slept until 9:33, because we didn't go to bed until probably 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, so hi dear, I'm back.
Hi, I'm so glad you're back. I missed you.
I missed you too.
So listen, a couple things today.
Yes.
One thing I'm going to add, because Sunday Drive, the one thing we don't have, we didn't talk about this ahead of time. Sorry. One thing we don't have, and thank you for turning the AC down. So hopefully that wasn't blowing on the mic the whole time. Yeah. It was. Sorry. So one thing we don't have, like on a Sunday Drive, if we're just driving around, there is always music. We can't, though, play music during the Sunday Drive, because then YouTube says, hey, you can't run that video. You don't have copyright for they think it's a music video that we've recreated for a thing. So I'm going to try. I think I can do this. I'm making a Sunday Drive Spotify playlist, okay? So I'm going to put it in the comments. Okay. It's going to be a playlist that I make. It's going to start with Chuck Mangiano's Feel So Good, only because I heard it today, and that's what gave me the idea. So it's going to start with that. I don't know if you like that song, but you know that one. That's my trumpet mouth. Okay, so anyway, thank you. I'm so dumb. Okay.
I never gave my Donald Duck impression last week for a big... I'm not
Say Chuck Mangione Feels So Good.
No, I'm not.
That's a hard thing
I'm
to
not
say.
Doing any
She does a great Donald Duck.
I do, but
so anyway, so if you want to start the Spotify playlist, start it. You can go look at it, pause the video, and then start the playlist right now. And there's a little bossa nova groove happening right now.
Do you really think anyone's going to do that?
Yes. I don't know, maybe. Second shout out of the day. We're passing Waterloo. You see the fountain there? So if you watched us do a video tour of a listing Amy had, we actually did a Sunday Drive leaving the listing presentation, and we just loved the sellers. Okay, so Bill and Ruth loved them.
Yep.
And then, so my wife, so they sold their house. Actually, it's closing within a couple days.
Yep, sure is.
And they were like, well, now we need somewhere to live. Yeah.
I know,
so now we need somewhere to live. So my wife, very smartly, so they were thinking about a 55-plus community. My wife very smartly says, think about Waterloo. It lives like a 55-plus because you have your lawn maintenance done and that
amazing
sort of thing.
Amenities.
And I have bad news for everyone watching this who are not Bill and Ruth. They got the house.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a house.
Nice.
It's on one of the most beautiful lots that was left in Winter Garden. It's an amazing lot. There's probably a half a mile of conservation back behind them that you can see in the distance.
Sunset.
The sunset's like right out of the picture windows. Amy did a tour of this. It's called the Del Mar. She did a tour, and she starts the video by saying, "I'm going to call this house the picture window house because it's got two sets of 3 picture windows." Yeah. And the sun was setting.
Perfect.
Bill and Ruth.
Yeah.
Great job, and we're so happy for you. And you're going to be living close to us, so that makes us happy.
Isn't that great? So this is what I do. I help you find houses that are close to us. So then we have friends now.
That's it. We're not allowed to steer for like schools or anything like that, but I don't think there's any rule about steering to
just to be
our neighbors.
Yeah, close to us.
We don't really.
I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
But it is nice when that works out when there's lovely people. So we're going to go to Encore Ovation right now because there's some houses under construction there. We want to talk to you about the different stages of construction.
Phases and stages.
Yeah, and what's happening right now. We talk about this sometimes, about how long things take, but it's a little different now than it was 30 videos ago when we talked about this. And by the way, this is like the 35th Sunday. That doesn't make any sense to me.
But it's also, it's quality time that we get to spend.
It is. This is our hot date.
This is our
so we're passing Winding Bay by Hovnanian.
Yes.
Up here, so
floor plans
they've got great floor plans.
Not a lot of lots left.
Right. Townhomes and single family. Front load garage, rear load garage. And then one of the things that was not a negative about it, but one of the things people were concerned about is over here.
Yeah, was
a big cement company, and it was like they would boom, boom, boom stuff all day long.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
The land is now sold, and I imagine they'll have it
residential.
It's going to be rezoned to residential. Yep. But yeah, so and in all honesty, that was really one of our biggest concerns. In fact, there was a day, if I recall, we were going to do the video of something, and we had to stop because
so loud.
It was so loud directly across the street. And I remember thinking after we did the video, wow, that's
yeah.
And I even mentioned it to some clients at times, that don't know to go up and down this road that, could see something that perhaps was across the street. But it's all gone now, so no issues.
Hey, Del Webb Oasis Sales Center. I didn't see they opened that there.
Del Webb Oasis Sales Center. Tired. My mouth is tired.
So, so we're coming up here to turn to Encore Ovation. The negative, the temporary negative of this is they're going to be widening this road. So there's going to be some, like right now when you come down during the week, there's a flagman always here. You'll see when we're turning here, they're widening Fleming's Road as well, because that's going to connect to Serenoa, which is on the other side. We've shown you that many times. We may end up showing you that where it's going to connect again. But
I think that's good, because sometimes, not everyone sees all the videos. Yep. I'm not even sure how people find us and why they start clicking to play. But if you watch us all the time, some of it may look familiar. But if you just kind of pop in here and there, I think it is good. But
we're all over the place, so who knows? You probably missed this the first time we said it. So you see them widening the road here.
Definitely looks different than when we did it before.
And this is not going to be like a major highway, but it is going to be a 4-lane split road, with a median.
Much like Avalon will be.
And Western Way, it'll be a continuation of that. One final thing I want to say, two final things I want to say. So this is land, especially over here on the right, that MI Homes has purchased. 400 new home sites will be going there. Lake Ingram is back. It might be Lake Star. One of the two lakes, Ingram and Star, are back there. And so there's waterfront going to be there. And we passed that Del Webb Oasis Sales Center. We just want to give you a quick update because we know a little more about pricing. How is it? It's high. It's high.
Well, we knew it would be just because everything else around it is. There's no way a new community is going to start out and lowball the prices, especially in the 55 plus community where they're going to have some some unique features to 55 plus anyway. But so now that they've gotten a little bit further through that initial interest list, the VIP list, all of that process in preparation for the pre-sale. That's a lot of P's.
It's a lot of P's.
The process for the preparation for the pre-sales.
A lot of alliteration.
It is.
By Amy.
A lot of alliteration.
So the thing is, just know that you're starting in the 400s for about 2,000 square feet. You're starting in the 450s. That's plus lot premiums, which can be up there, and plus design center, and plus there's an HOA fee that's $450-ish per month. So there's a lot. So little vibe check of Encore Ovation. You see these are sort of the new the homes that have been previously built. We're coming into now the end of the first phase.
But it's nice to see how this is filled in. Because the last time we were here, half of those homes, because some of them were my clients, that were just kind of at the initial stages.
So let's find a house. Yes. We're gonna scavenger hunt it a little bit. Okay. Find me a house that's either at foundation or ready for foundation.
Okay.
Which actually, if you want to go back to the new phase, you can start with dirt. We can start with dirt if you want. So just you can go left here or left here. I think.
Go left up here.
That's smarter
because it's a better.
It's a beautiful community. By the way,
it really is nice, and and I say it all the time. Full disclosure: when they first showed the location of this, I was like, what?
I didn't get it either.
It is just out there, but it's not because everything around it is filled in. Other things are coming. This is so exciting because right here is where I'm like, these people are close to closing. They're just as excited as they can be right now. So let's take a peek back here, and then we'll do a quick. Do you want me to do a quick overview of kind of
the process and things? But let's talk about what we're looking at in front of us right now, and then go over to that corner. It looks like we have some things getting ready for foundation. Okay, cool. So.
All right, so first of all, if you see this little, there's not one over here, right? But there's that little sign there. I'll
put it on the screen, too.
That's a site map. That's usually on their website. Sometimes they're interactive.
It's nice they put a sign there.
It is nice. That is nice. But it's always color-coded. And the reason it is color-coded is because each color of the home sites is going to coincide with a specific series of homes. So you may have your rear entry bungalow style homes. They're going to be on a more narrow home site. Those have a little alleyway behind. So let's just pretend those are like the blue home sites. And then you might have a more traditional like 40 or a 50 foot home site that's going to be a different color. So that's always important too, because all the time people will go, oh, I want that corner lot, but they're looking to build a bungalow. Well, that doesn't coincide. That's meant for a Newport home or something.
And here in this community, you can choose your lot and choose the floor plan to go on it. True?
Yes, you can.
Because some places they choose the floor plans for each lot ahead of time.
We just contracted a lovely family over here just last week, I think it was.
Yep.
And they'll be building from dirt. And that's what we call it. It's building from dirt, because this is appropriately named dirt.
Right? Winkly Alley. That's cute.
Oh, that's cute.
So someone's going to live on a Winkly. Maybe someone watching this will be. By the way,
Alley.
lot 182 is available, which, by the way,
that's a nice
unusual. There's some available lots, and they just put these signs were not up the other day.
No, yeah, exactly. So they're just doing some lot releases. So that now, by the way, that doesn't mean that they're all. And I don't work for or speak for the builder. That doesn't mean that you can go, hey, well, I saw Amy drove past that home site over there. Okay, maybe it's released officially, maybe it's not. Okay, I'm gonna stop here.
Actually, go there and take a right and stop there, because there's more of them there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What you were going for, because they can't see out that side.
Oh,
sorry. I'm just I'm directing the episode.
All right, direct.
So again, some sold back here.
Those are pretty. Backing up that conservation.
These go fairly quickly.
Well, everything does, and that's the thing. You have to be prepped and ready, and we talk about that incessantly. That you have to have all of your ducks in a row. You have to be pre-approved. You have to know.
Go that way so they can see it out the right side. Is my point. Because if you turn left, then if you stop right there, then you're good. Stop
here.
Right there.
Stop here.
Right there. Stop. There. Now they can see. Yes, they can see.
That's not exciting to look at.
But then turn right, and they can go. You can go past it and loop around it one time.
I'm trying to take care of you.
I know. So this is not foundation, but this is preparation.
So and first of all, I'm not an expert in the actual process and procedure of construction, but I do know a lot about the phases and stages of it. So the first thing that you're going to do, obviously, if you get to build, and in this community you are able to build from dirt, which means you get to pick your home site, and as long as the floor plan that you want coincides with that home site, then you can contract to build that home. And those are the first things you need to know, right? Is your floor plan and your home site and your structural options. So once you go through that permitting process, because we'll talk another time on the phone or whatever about that first part of it, but when you actually start to see progress, this means that these homes have now come out of permitting. So that means that probably 3 months ago, those permits were submitted for these home sites. And this is where they start to prep. First of all, you'll notice that they start to clear it, they start to grade it, they do soil compaction tests. There's so many things that happen even before this happens. So now you can see that they've got like the footers, they've got the things, they've kind of got
just a little bit, so this side camera can see this, because you can tell what that is right there.
Exactly.
That's a bungalow with a detached garage.
So it's
they're ready for the foundation there, so it's cool.
So
and in the Spotify playlist I'm going to play in during that part, The Waiting is the Hardest Part by Tom Petty. That's a good one. We're talking about permitting. It takes forever.
It does.
It seems like it feels like to get to this stage.
It's about 3 months, give or take. Some builders say they can do it faster, but they don't really have that much control over it. But anyway. So typically plan on about 3 months for permitting, and then you get to start to see this. And then as soon as they have this, pretty soon this is going to be prepped. They're going to have like a little plastic sheet. By the way,
and plumbing will come out of the dirt. Well, they'll put it in the dirt, but you'll see pipes sticking up.
Don't walk on these. If you look, it's like a tripwire.
That's a good point. I have tripped over that many times, and you should not.
And speaking of that, we do a lot for our clients going to give them updates, but we also have builders that have given us permission to do that. You're not supposed to walk on your home or in your home unless you have okayed that with a builder. I know everyone does anyway, but you need to understand that they're like that. If you were walking and that was yours and you pulled that down and it knocked down the footer, you just messed up something that could have delayed. Maybe they were coming tomorrow morning before foundation.
And that line is to make sure it's level. So between the two things. So even if you tweak it just a little bit,
you've messed.
They're going to eyeball that and hope. I mean, I'm sure they're going to measure it again and level it again, but. That's just something you don't want to do. So what comes after? So let's say they're going to put plumbing in the ground. They're going to put a plastic sheet over it all. Then what happens?
Then they pour the foundation.
Yep.
And then they start going vertical. That's what the builders call it. They're going to go vertical, right? They're going to start building up.
And the first stage of that is
this concrete block.
Yes.
So if you look, and by the way, this is the way we build in Florida. We've said this before as well, that you build to your climate. You know, they build on the West Coast for earthquakes. You know, they build here for hurricanes. So if you look, here's again wrong side.
Well, yeah, but they can see it here.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that one. So if you look, the first floor is cinder block.
Right there, perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first floor is cinder block. Now that one, you know, it's already got the block, the wrapping, and I don't know if they've even got the lap up there.
Yep.
They've got a lot going on that one. Let's see if we can find one that's a little bit more where you can see the wood frame. So you'll have cinder block on the first floor.
If you loop around, you could go back to that one. So
cinder block on the first floor, and then on the second floor is where you have your typical, you know, your wood framing.
There.
Yeah.
There.
Unless you live at Waterley, that's the only builder that's doing 2-story block. So instead of having block and then wood, you'll have block and block if it's a
and
2-story.
Essentially, we want. This is my understanding of it. Again, we try to be experts in the real estate market. We're not builders, but you know, this is a subtropical environment, so we don't want wood on the ground because termites and other critters and things. So, this is a good row for this.
Yes.
So,
although I don't see any wood frame, they're all there you go. But it's already got the Tyvek wrapped on it already.
Oh,
but,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's okay. But essentially, you would. I mean, obviously, you're smart people watching this, right? So you've seen homes where you've got
I'll show you some
the
pictures
wood frame.
too, because one of the things we do at all of these stages is I go take pictures. Sometimes Amy goes. Sometimes we send Amy's assistant Neil to take pictures. If you're one of her clients, under construction, so I have lots of pictures, so I'll put some pictures up of of the different stages, what it looks like.
Right. So once you have that first floor, you have your second floor. The things that we've been waiting on, we laugh about in a nervous laugh, not a funny laugh, and a nervous laugh is: do we have windows? Do the trusses come so that we can get the roof up? I
think people know, but let's just tell them. So why are we worried about windows?
Well, there's just all sorts of building. I can say it. Building material delays, and windows has been one for quite a while. So has appliances has been one for a long time now. But you know, honestly, it's pretty much anything and everything. You know, garage doors have been an issue lately. Some faucets have been issues lately.
And no windows
means you
no
can't
drywall.
Right. Exactly. Because in order to have windows, so your windows and then your roof kind of happens about, you know, one after the other or around the same time. Once you have all of that, your home is essentially weather tight. So now they can start to work on the interior. And the drywall is not going to happen until your electrical is in, your plumbing is in, your HVAC venting and stuff is in.
So like when you come up here, to kind of point yourself at that house so we can show them out the front, the thing.
This one right here?
Yeah, this is a good example of like that. The roof just went on, so you can look in there and you can see that it's got. They haven't run electrical in there yet.
Right.
Well, the plumbing lines are run. Maybe a little bit of electrical.
Can't really tell.
Can't tell from that wall. Maybe they have run the electrical, but that's so basically all the electrical gets run before drywall as well.
Right.
But if we're waiting on windows, you can go.
Which they are, by the way.
Yeah. So they're waiting. So that house will sit like that until they get windows, because they do have electric run too.
Electric is in there.
So they've done everything they can do behind the walls.
Yeah.
But they can't put the walls in because sometimes it rains sideways here.
Yep.
So without windows. Now, if you have a one-story home, we've had clients where they've boarded up the windows and they've gone ahead and done drywall. But they can't do that upstairs where it's wood.
Right.
Correct?
Well, and they also can't just do that on their own, because I know that there was
First of all, doggo.
Doggo.
Second of all, the house we're passing right now, look at that. That's probably the model that we saw back there. Did you see that? Yeah, because it's got the detached thing.
I believe it is the Jensen.
The Jensen.
The Jensen. In fact, was that lot 47?
I don't know.
Go back and see if it was 47.
Okay, hey, let's go back. Why not?
Go back and see if it's 47.
Dog park right here, by the way. So while we're seeing the community, there's a lovely dog park right there.
If it's lot 47, I want you to be impressed.
Okay.
If it's not, you don't have to be impressed.
Okay. Well, we'll only be able to tell. Well, sometimes they spray paint it on the actual block in the front. Sometimes you have to look on the sign. So you can turn left if you want.
I will. I'll turn left.
And then we can take them back to the pass through and kind of see what's going on back there. So let's see.
Oh, I don't think it is.
No, it's not. It's 44.
Oh,
I think.
That was close.
You're close.
Sorry again.
No, because that's 52. So I just can't read.
I don't know.
So that would have been 49 maybe.
Okay, well maybe that was the one I meant.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's probably what you meant.
Anyway, no, I know there's a Jensen that's under construction because they just no longer a model of it, which is interesting. So they have the Sebring, the Jensen, and I'm drawing a blank on the other floor plan name.
That's okay. I'll put them on the screen.
But they have taken their doghouse shopping.
They have. Real quick as we pass that though.
Do you want me to go this way?
Yeah, go that way. MI Homes, tell me about. Should I come here?
Could I, though?
Go see what happens. Come on, a little adventure.
No, I'm not. Like,
it's a Sunday drive.
I just want to back
right.
up.
MI Homes is one of those places where you do not show up there without your realtor.
Don't.
You just don't.
Don't.
And don't think, oh, well, I can just do whatever. No, you can't.
I don't really want to go all the way down here.
We're going to trust. It's Tonka Truckville.
It's Tonka Truck.
So these are out here because those vehicles are parked there. They're widening the road. Now, this is the connector that's going to come. So literally, when you come up here to the left, we'll have to find a place to turn around. But when you come up here, like, we are literally about to cross into Lake County. So we're in Orange County right now, and this is the county line coming up here where this road kind of ends. The road just sort of ends at the county line. And eventually this will all be a 4-lane road. And here you come. It's right in here somewhere, so you can find a place to turn around if you want. Yeah. But like right in front of us is Serenoa Lakes.
Yeah, you can see
by
the end of their
Homes.
I think is that their
yes.
cul-de-sac?
Yeah, actually stop right there.
Yeah, because that's the end of their
I'll put a little
cul-de-sac.
and you see that you can see the power lights up there.
Yeah.
So you see
Yeah.
So that's over to our go forward just a little bit. When we turn back around, you can see Serenoa Lakes over there. There's houses over there.
Those are Serenoa.
So that's Serenoa Lakes.
Pretty cool.
So when we turn around, we'll show that to you. You can just pull in the grass right there. Yeah, the grass that's firm enough.
You know,
we're in my truck.
We are in your truck, and I have to say, I feel a little bit like I'm allowed when it's a truck.
Did we talk about how you bought me a truck?
I think we did.
I think we did, but I love my truck so much. It's a Ford Ranger, and we're in it.
It makes me happy.
Well, I love it so much, and so it's just sometimes it's easier to wire up because Amy's got clients she's driving around or whatever. It's easier sometimes to wire up my wire up my truck. So just go slow down here, and we'll show them out the side. Keep going. But that literally right there.
They can see it.
They can see it. Yeah, they can see it through there.
Actually, come forward because there's
right there. Yeah, right there. So that's Serenoa Lakes. So that's a Pulte Homes community that is in Lake County.
Yep, right there.
And literally, so Encore Ovation is right there.
Right.
So, we're talking about less than a football field.
Don't swim across the pond
Please
or
don't.
the lake, but...
You won't be alone.
No, you will not be.
Because you know why?
Gator water.
That's gator water right there. That's gator water.
So, but yeah, no, and we talked about this connector road, and you can see now that there's more progress happening.
Yep.
The other thing, I don't know if I heard this recently, I'm not 100% sure. I'm really tired. My mouth is like sleepy.
Miami.
By the way, it's an easy drive. Just FYI, from Orlando to Miami, it was super easy. Long, but easy.
We'll do a Sunday drive sometime.
No, we have a lot of topics for that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Schofield, I heard that will be, the plan is for that to be paved in the fall.
Yes. Actually, it's closed currently right now from Route 27 to about halfway down because they're paving it. So
there we go.
That's, and when that gets paved, that's, if you've seen our video,
that was
going the bumpity bump. Yeah. Our bumpities lined up there.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, nice. Good job. Anyway, Encore Ovation, you keep going down, and I just want to talk about, so now what we didn't leave off, because obviously we're not going in the houses right now, but we get drywall.
Yes.
So after we get drywall, what are the big milestones before we can move in?
Again, you'll have a pre-drywall walkthrough before that drywall goes up.
The purpose of that is?
It's an opportunity for you to, really the only opportunity for you to see what's behind the wall, for you to see the electrical, the plumbing, the HVAC, any of the low voltage, especially nowadays where people are they may need some special and unique requests for that low voltage.
Yep.
Maybe they have massive home offices that they need.
One of our clients put in, I think, I don't know, John, what'd you put in, like 25 Cat 5 cables?
Oh my gosh.
Good for him.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of blue wire running through that house.
Yes, but that's the opportunity for you to confirm that those are actually put in the exact spots that you wanted.
Yep.
It's not an opportunity for you to change your mind.
Right.
But it's an opportunity for you to kind of confirm, like recently I did a pre-drywall walkthrough.
Come back from Miami.
For some clients of mine, and they were out of state, and I was looking at the pendant lights, and I asked the builder, I said, in my opinion, those are too close together. What do you think? And we looked, we kind of measured, and we agreed that we needed to space them out a little bit. So that's something that we can fix. But anyway, so pre-drywall.
Then we do the drywall. Then what is the big stuff that happens
next? Then the fun stuff starts to happen, right?
Amy calls it the pretties.
It is the pretties. It starts to happen. Well, the drywall goes up, then they start to texture the walls, then they paint the walls. Meanwhile, Trim might be going down. Tile is happening. Tile always happens. Carpets like last. If you do like a special LVP flooring, those are going to go in last, but tile has to go in before any of that.
Yep.
Cabinets are going to go in. Once your cabinets go in, it really just starts to fly.
And so tell them about, cabinets. So we had a builder tell us, so at cabinets, that's sort of a milestone for the builder.
Yes, because that, and by the way, the builder is always communicating.
Rockwell Homes, by the way, that we're passing on the right.
What were we saying? The builder. The builder is always communicating with the lender, especially if the lender is the builder.
Right.
Just kind of keeping an eye on that, because you'll notice that, in fact, I had someone call me the other day, not even one of my clients, saying, I think I want to cancel this contract because they keep asking me for the same documents. I'm like, no, that's part of the... So I spent an hour-long conversation talking somebody else off the ledge saying, no, that's the normal process. I don't know where their realtor was, but whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so that's part of the process. Is
there an entrance to Winding Bay right here you could turn in if you want to, since we talked about it earlier?
Winding Bay?
Yeah. I think in the back way in here. Yeah, it's right there. Turn in there.
Oh, right there.
Yes. We'll show Winding Bay townhomes, and then if we can work our way over to the single family.
That's fine. Anyway, so but yeah, so the pretty. So when the cabinets hit, I think that is a huge milestone for the builder, because if you think about it, okay, the tile is now down, trim is there. You're really kind of starting to, every day. And by the way, tile isn't just the floor. Tile is your bathroom, right? So the shower wall tile, Listello, backsplash. Woo.
And we're talking about, so the cabinets go in, we're talking 45 to 60 days. Isn't that what they told us? Ish?
Well, so it used to...
Go one more.
I'm going to go one more.
Because go two more, because there's one where you can see the wood frame that we were looking for before.
Oh, okay. So it used to be, in a different world, it used to be that the builders would typically say, once drywall is up, not when drywall is ready, but when drywall is up, it's about 45 to 60 days before closing. So about a month and a half to 2 months before you close on your home.
You can go right there. If you when you take a right, we'll see it. So
by the way, do you see what's sitting beside me? Do you see
your husband?
Oh,
what?
My gosh!
What?
What? Funny. Do you see? Do you see the lumber, the trusses for the?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like where these houses are like ready.
Yep. So if you look here, so we just passed one that's just a block, and then this one, they're framing inside. So that's you can see there. That's what Amy was talking about before, where it's concrete block and then framed inside, but no roof. So it's not watertight yet. So if it rains, it's going to rain on all of that.
Oh, this is good too. Can they see that green wood right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the green wood. The green wood goes on the bottom. So if you look in the house, you can see it. Yep. The pieces of wood, I know a lot. Sometimes it's crazy. Yes. Anyway, so the green wood has been treated also for termites.
Pull up just a little tiny bit so they can see that one up and down by the thing. I think they can see that.
Okay. So any of the wood that looks like it's painted green, it's been sprayed with a treatment for termites. That's touching the exterior and it's touching the bottom. So that's one layer of treatment.
Yep.
Most builders use Boracare, so you'll come back after this is all done and you'll see that up to, I don't know, was it like 4 feet, 3 feet, something like that? That's probably
that one they did all the way up.
Well, that's because it's touching the cinder block, and that's why the bottom planks, see the bottom planks over there? Those are touching the base. Those are green too.
Oh yeah, I see.
So those are green.
If you can't see that, I'll try to show you some pictures.
But anyway, that's just the thing. And then you'll come back sometimes and you'll see that the bottom portion of the wood it looks greenish. I'm trying to find some that might have it.
I've got pictures for sure. But by the way, that whole strip right there, that was a really good strip of the process. Like we went right in order, and now here's a finished house. Like it literally, those houses were going in order. That was cool. So we're in Winding Bay right now, which is a Hovnanian. You can say Hov if you want to be cool, and also if you don't want to have to try to say Hovnanian.
Hovnanian, yeah.
But yeah, a lovely community. So amenity centers in front of us. Just a small pool, right?
Yeah, it's not elaborate amenities.
Yep.
Nice amenities, but not super duper elaborate. You've got the pool there that they're working on.
Still working on it.
Look at that. Pool. The mailbox kiosk.
Yep.
Am I good?
I think you're good.
Okay, cool.
And I think we're good.
I think we're good.
We went through the process today, so that's good.
Yeah, so I guess we should finish up there real quick. So once you get all the pretties, right?
Yep.
You're going to always constantly have 3 things happening toward the end of the process. Every builder will always have this, regardless of what you say, see, or find. They always have drywall crew coming back to touch up all the time. They always have a paint crew coming back to touch up all the time. And they always have a cabinet crew coming back to double check cabinets to make sure that they're aligned and that they're level. And then they're also going to have, I guess there's 4 things. They're always going to have a cleaning crew coming as well. So your home gets cleaned multiple times, especially during those last stages. But there's also a stage that they call the ugly stage, and that's right before that's right before the pretty stage comes. Right. So anyway,
I think part of the reason you mentioned that is we mentioned before, don't kind of go in the house without permission. And it's, by the way, it's natural to want to go see your house, and we go.
Where are we going right now?
Yeah, exactly. But just know that. But remember what she just said. They're coming in. They'll fix it. They're going to be there.
All the time.
So many people freak out. They're like, "There's a piece of drywall that's just messed up." It's like, first of all, they're aware, and even if they weren't aware, when you do your final walkthrough in your new homeowner orientation, you're going to see that, and they already have the crews scheduled to come in and do it.
Yep.
So you don't. It's not. By the way, certainly mark it down.
Of course, absolutely.
Make note of it so you can be looking for it in the future. But trust.
Yeah.
But now on the other side of that, we always tell our clients, put in your mind how much you're paying for that house.
Right.
And don't worry about asking for things to be perfect.
Right.
Because we don't have because in this area you can't really buy a house for less than $250,000. $250,000.
Well, so
it should be perfect.
It should be. And I always say let the builders build, but that doesn't mean that the builders don't make mistakes. Of course they do. Right. They're humans. But what that means is, you don't have to text them every 5 seconds of something that they're probably already aware of. So for us, for instance, we waited, and I noticed something that was kind of drastically incorrect with our home. It was with one of the closets. I was looking at it. I didn't notice it at first. I was just blinded by the pretty, right? I was blinded by the walls are now textured, and they've got the paint, and the trim is up. And then all of a sudden I looked at the closet. I was like, this closet is not deep enough. It was already a small closet. It's definitely not deep enough to hold a coat hanger.
It wouldn't even hold a coat hanger. It was like that deep.
But because we were at a very critical stage of construction, I did reach out to the builder and said, hey, Tony, I know you have probably already seen this, but I just wanted to make sure because I know we're at that critical stage.
Yep.
But I think the measurement is off for that closet. And you know what? It was. And they didn't know it. And
they fixed it.
And they're happy that I brought it to their attention. Totally. So that doesn't mean be quiet. It just means understand that they have a lot of eyes on your home.
Right.
Anyway, but at the end of the long, crazy process, it ends up being a beautiful home, and and you can start to make new memories.
I'm going to say one more thing that I was not going to say. Also, realize that I think you're going to like what I'm going to say.
I'm so scared.
Realize that the process should be joyful.
Yes.
You can steal your own joy.
You can.
Do you like that I just said that? Don't steal your own joy.
Right.
I will mention to you that in a neighborhood where we are building, we ran into someone who came to our house, and we actually have clients that are building 2 doors down from us as well, the same floor plan. And this gentleman was building the same floor plan in the neighborhood also.
Yep.
He was absolutely trying to, he had stolen his own joy.
Yes.
And he was trying to steal our joy. He's like, no, they've got that in the wrong place. And my wife, who is, by the way, the #1 selling agent in this entire area, she knows what she's talking about. And she's like, well, no, that's a structural option. So whereas you may have chosen that to not do that, we chose to put ours over there, with the air conditioning units. No, that's wrong. You can't do that.
No, it's not. It was a structural option that you chose.
And he was wrong at every level. So we even had to reach out to our client who lives out of town because he had been texting them, telling them everything that was wrong. Okay. And it's like, just relax. Just relax. It's okay.
Relax.
Don't steal your own joy is all I'm trying to say.
I agree.
Don't steal your own joy. Because, by the way, his house is beautiful that he's having built, but now he has convinced himself of things that are not true. And unfortunately for him, now he's stolen his joy. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
I feel very joyful about our house.
I do too. I'm going to go see it.
Let's go see it.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please stay safe. Stay well. We love you. Happy house hunting. Bye.